One other piece I want to talk about is the grants that we provide to communities so communities can re-envision policing. And I think that address a lot of what the protesters are talking about when they are raising the question about how we are spending money in our communities. So I prefer to talk about the refunding of communities to address community-based problems like substance abuse and homelessness. And police officers should not have to pick up the pieces because we have divested from cities. So I think we're at a moment in our country, an inflection point, and it's my responsibility and the responsibilities of other members of Congress to take advantage of this point. I do hope the protests continue peacefully until we get the job done. Every 4 years, we always say that this is the most important election of your lifetime. I believe because of COVID, this election is a matter of life and death. If we don't have the leadership to bring this under control, I mean, the craziness of we have to rush to open up the economy. Everyone wants to do that. I would like to be in front of the National Press Club right now. I'd love to go to a restaurant or to go visit friends.
We'd love to
But
have you.
thank you. You can't just deny things and expect it to get better. How on earth do you expect the economy to get back if you can't contain the virus? And what I believe the administration is doing without really acknowledging is really adopting a strategy of herd immunity, which means everybody just needs to be exposed. We need to recognize that people will die. And I heard the president say this, and it just hurt my heart. He said, well, you know, the people that are dying are older and they're people with a lot of health problems, as though that's okay. You know, I was involved in the medical field when the HIV, when AIDS was first discovered. As a matter of fact, we knew there was this pneumonia that was affecting gay men. We didn't even know what to call it. I was working in the emergency room when we didn't have protective gear. We didn't even draw blood with gloves. I mean, we weren't even trained to do that. And so I have complete empathy for those healthcare workers because we were afraid every single day. I mean, if you got a pinprick or anything, we never knew whether or not we were exposing ourselves. And I watched people die because of HIV. So when I see and hear the healthcare workers, it throws me back to that time. And we were able to get a hold of it. And it took years before we had the cocktail and before we managed HIV. And to this day, we don't have a vaccine. So we have to figure out, I hope we get a vaccine, but what if we don't? You can't just deny this and say, we know we're going to lose some people and we'll just have to deal with that, but we need the economy to come back. It's utter madness. And frankly, the world is looking at us, and there's some places we can't even go to as Americans because of the way this has been so mishandled.